Hello everybody, I want to welcome you to our Math 100 mini term for this fall. I just want to go over a few things about the course so that you can kind of see where to navigate and find some things and just kind of learn a little bit about the course because we're going to be going pretty quickly in a Math 100 course. All right, so let's move along. Oops. All right, first of all, you can see there I am, Valerie Cox. That's me in my office in Decatur. I have two offices. I have an office in the Chastain building in Decatur on the second floor up in Star Institute. And then I also have an office on the Huntsville campus in the Star Institute, which is just right off the Student Center. So as you might be able to guess, I am the director of our Star Institute, which is in charge of all of our tutoring on campus. And so I kind of float between campuses. So as you can see, I switch off. Decatur, I try to be in Decatur on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now, I need to switch that. I'm going to be in Decatur on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'm going to be in Huntsville on Tuesdays and Thursdays because they added an on-ground class for Math 100 on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Huntsville, and they needed an instructor. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have class from 9:30 to 10:45. That's both days, Tuesday and Thursday. And then from 11 to 11:50, I have a Math 099. That's just on Tuesday. So other than that, my office hours are pretty open in Huntsville on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Decatur, I don't have any on-ground classes, so Mondays and Wednesdays are pretty good times to get a hold of me if you need to over there, if you want to come on campus and see me. On Fridays, I switch between both campuses. It just depends on what's going on and if I have meetings to go to. So there's some things that I need you to do right away. First of all is to explore the course information tab. So you found this orientation video on that course information tab. You're also going to see your syllabus. You're going to find your calendar on there. All of the information, kind of the pre-information that you need when you start the class. Another thing that you need to look for is announcements. I will send out a weekly announcement on Mondays generally. Probably more than once during the week you'll see an announcement from me, but for sure on the first day, usually Monday, you'll get something about kind of the plan for the week and what you should expect as far as due dates and things like that. Under the content tab, this is where you're going to find all your chapter material. Okay, so that's where you'll find individual chapters broken down. I've got videos in there. I've got class notes from other classes where I've used the workbook where I'm working problems. And the videos go along with those workbook pages, by the way. So you'll find that in there. Another tab that you'll see in Blackboard is one called Alex Assignments. And this is how you will access your homework, your quizzes, the final exam. All of that's housed in Alex Assignments. You do not need to use alex.com to get into Alex. Those of you that are coming to me that have been in 98, either with me or with someone else, you should have accessed your course work through Blackboard by clicking on the Alex assignment button. That'll take you into Alex. So I'm gonna kind of show you a little bit more about Alex in a few minutes. Here are the things that you need to know that you need to get. You need to get a code in Alex. So Alex is the software that's required. A lot of you may already have the workbook. That's what I use in my videos. So you could follow along. If you don't have the workbook, it's not a big deal. I like for you to have the workbook because it's just nice to have. I put the ISBN number for the code in your syllabus. So that'll be in there. I also will share that in my live orientation when you attend one of the live orientations. So you don't need a course code when you log in through Blackboard. You will just need your code that's purchased. And when you purchase it, it's just an 18-week code. So again, those of you that are coming with me from 098, your code's probably still good. You don't have to buy anything else. Our grading scale is pretty normal. I've got 30% is in your homework. Whoops, sorry about that. 30% is in your homework. We're going to have two exams, two chapter exams, and then a final exam. And then we've got a discussion assignment that's going to be in Blackboard later on. That is 5% of your grade. I have some people that skip that, and that 5% is needed at the end of the semester, so you need to keep that in mind as we move along. Typical grading scale across campus as far as the 90 to 100, 80 to 89, so on. Attendance policy, I've got some specific things in your first announcement in Blackboard that you have to complete in order for your attendance for the first week, because I have to report that, especially if you're on financial aid. That could affect your financial aid. So be sure you do the things that I have required. One of those is attending a live orientation session. There's 2 of those available. If you can't attend one of those, you've got to let me know, like in the next day or 2. The second one is getting into Alex and completing the initial knowledge check. And then the last one is join and remind, and there are directions on how to join remind in that first announcement. So it's important that you contact me. I keep up with attendance based on you keeping up with your work. If you're making your due dates and you're doing just fine, then you don't have to worry about attendance. But if you drop off and I'm having to try and text you or email you or call you and try to hunt you down, then we could have a problem with attendance. So just kind of keep that in mind. You've got to get in touch with me because I am big on communication. I want you to get in touch with me. I give you lots of options. Where you can get help, Star Tutoring, available to you Monday through Thursday on campus from 9 to 5, online in the evenings, online on Friday mornings. So you've got a lot of room for help. We've got locations on both campuses. You also have an option for tutor.com. That's if you need help on the weekend or like in the middle of the night, like I'm talking like after 10. You can access tutor.com. You've also got me. And that's why I want you to sign up for Remind, because I like for you to send me questions, and I can help you get through the coursework. That's what I'm here for. All right, there's information about the Huntsville campus Star Institute. We're right off of the Student Center. Academic integrity, it's important that when you're taking an online class especially, that you are on your best behavior, I guess I should say. You need to be taking this course on your own, not with help from others, except for tutoring and things like that. But nobody else should be answering and putting in answers for you or completing your coursework. This is on you. The class is being paid for by you or by financial aid, and it's your responsibility to take that seriously. And I take that seriously. I do not have a proctoring system that I make you join in order to take tests, because I think that you're adults and that you need to be on your honor and not cheat. So that means not looking things up. So when you're taking that initial knowledge check, you need to be taking it on your own with a calculator and with your own brain. Don't try to use someone else's, because it just ends up messing up your homework set, and it will come back to bite you later on. Withdrawal policy. If you feel like you're not going to be able to complete the course, you can withdraw all the way up to November 28th. The class ends, I think, on December 8th. So you've got till November 28th, but have a discussion with me before you do that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Alex. Alex is a software tool. Those of you that are in 98 have used it. It is what's called a mastery-based. So it's mastery-based. That means that you don't just work a problem one time and then you finish and you're done. It's adaptive. So it's gonna help you out if you're getting problems wrong. It may go back and do something that you might needed from a prereq, and then it'll take you back into working on homework. So Alex is very adaptive that way. You're going to have to earn your way through homework. You can't just work 15 problems and be done with homework. It doesn't work that way. You will work a problem probably at least 3 times and then you can earn it and get it put into your homework. I'll show you kind of what that looks like in a second. So if you use Alex in 98, your code should probably still be good. You can always ask me because I can look it up. You'll log in through Blackboard, and there's a registration process. It's very easy. You just have to put in an email in there, and then you can have your 18-week code. You can put that in. The key with Alex is you cannot procrastinate, because if you get behind, it's just like a waterfall. You're just going to keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So because if every chapter builds upon the other, you could have homework follow you from a previous chapter if you didn't finish it. So it's important to stay up to date, and I will try to keep you apprised of all those due dates and keep you organized and moving forward like you should be. So log into Alex. You're going to log in. Again, there's instructions in that first announcement, but it's really pretty user friendly. You're going to click on that Alex assignments tab. You're going to go through the whole registration process. If you are in my 98 class, the first 8 weeks of this semester, I will be putting you into the 100 class, so you're going to be just transferred over. If you have not had a chance to buy your material, those of you that are new to me, that are just coming into Math 100, you have a 14-day code that you can use until you can get that 18-week code. But it's important that you get that code this week. So you've got 14 days. That kind of gives you a little wiggle room, but don't wait till the last minute to get that code. You can order it online. You can go to the bookstore website on the calhoun.edu website, and you can pull up the class. Don't get the workbook if you don't want it, but make sure you get 18-week code, not the 52-week code. And you can always send me questions if you have a question about it. I can look it up and help you out too. All right, when you get into Alex, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to take you through a tools tutorial. And that's going to show you how to put in exponents, put in square roots, do some adding and subtracting, how to do maybe some graphing, things like that. That's going to go first. Then you're going to have an initial knowledge check, and it's important that you get that done. I have it due. You need to take that by Sunday night. But the thing is, our first due date's next Thursday. So you need to be sure and get in and get that knowledge check done, because that sets your homework. So on the initial knowledge check, you can have a calculator. You can have scratch paper. And you can have your brain. And I want you to take your time. It's not timed. I want you to take your time. It's about 30 questions, and it's like a pre-test. Okay? It's a pre-test of Math 100. So don't expect to know everything in the knowledge check, because you're in Math 100. We're going to be learning that over the next 8 weeks. But it's important that you take it seriously. And if you remember some things about algebra and you remember how to do some things in there, great. What that means is that you won't have homework over those particular topics. But if you don't know something, don't worry about it. You're going to have homework over it. The reason I don't want you to have someone else do it, or I don't want you looking up everything, is because if you get things right that you don't really know, it's taking it out of your homework, and you won't have anything to do to practice to get ready for tests. I had someone do that in my on-ground class this time. She came to me and she said she had help on the knowledge check, so I reset it, and so now she's able to get in and do homework, whereas she didn't have a lot of homework before, and that was hurting her, especially when it came to test time. So take it seriously, take your time, use scratch paper and your brain, and again, you can use a calculator, that's fine, just don't look things up on the computer. It will just not do you any good. Once you have completed the initial knowledge check, you're going to get your pie, and everybody's pie looks different. This particular pie had 38 topics that were earned during the initial knowledge check. Yours may have a 2 in it. It may have a 3 in it. It may have a 12 or 14. Everyone's pie is going to be different based on if you've ever had algebra before and how long ago you had it. So keep that in mind. Don't fret over the pie. It just sets your homework. Each of these slices really corresponds to a whole set of topics or a chapter. Sometimes they're combined. So just keep that in mind. We're going to work clockwise around this pie to get it all filled in nice pretty colors by December. Once you have gone through and gotten your pie set, you're going to come to a page that says Start Your Path. This is how you start homework. So this would be starting your homework, okay? Starting your path. Your path is your homework. After you have gone in and done some homework, that will say Continue My Path. And again, you click on there to do homework. You can see in this particular page, it also gives you how many topics we've done and when the due date is. So we're working on chapter that's factoring polynomials. I've done 8 of 9 of those topics. It's due, of course, that was from an old class, June 11th, but you'd always have your due date over there. These 3 lines right here would have a drop-down menu where you can find the grade book. You could pull up an actual textbook for this course if you wanted to look at it. There's a number of things that are in those 3 lines. After you hit Start My Path, or if later on Continue Your Path, you're going to get an explain page. So this is like an example out of the book. So like if you saw examples before you got a homework set, it looks like an example out of the book. And it goes through and it works it for you, and you can kind of follow along with it. Notice over here on the right hand side, you could have options. You could watch a video over this particular problem. Those are not my videos, they're Alex's videos. You could see the textbook. You could look up some, if you don't know some of the words, that's a dictionary. You could send me an email of the exact problem. I'd rather you use Remind though. I don't know why you'd want to print it, but there's a print option as well. So you have some tools over there on the right hand side that are available to you. And the main thing is, if you have questions, you're going to contact me. You're going to have multiple ways to do that. Those of you that are new to me this semester, if you were in 98 with me the first 8 weeks, you've already joined Remind. I am expecting the rest of you to join Remind as well, because that is in your first week assignment to get marked for attendance. So that, again, the directions for joining Remind are in that first week announcement. It's very easy, and then we can text back and forth. If you text me individually, no one else sees those texts. I will be sending out reminders, like for due dates, or hey, I'm going to be late when we're having a question session. So that kind of thing. Also, we're going to have review sessions, which I also call them, oops, lost my pen for a minute. Let's see. I also call them question sessions. So you can hop online on Wednesday nights at 7 and ask me whatever you want to ask me. We have a Blackboard Collaborate room in the Blackboard shell. It's on the left, the button's on the left side. You click on that and then you enter the course room. That's also where I'll be having the orientation sessions this week. So that would be on Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon. And I'll put that again in an announcement where you know where to go to get to those orientation sessions. Use Remind to text me. You can also, something that a lot of people do, take pictures of their screen with Remind and send it to me. That way I can see the actual problem that you're having. I will ask you probably sometimes to take a picture of your scratch work and send it to me, because sometimes little things like signs are what people are missing on a problem. So I will do my best to help you out. You can do that to me. So you can text me with Remind. If I can spell, text me. You can text me during the evening. You can text me on the weekend. I am happy to get those texts. Okay, if I'm busy, if I'm at the grocery store, if I'm somewhere where I can't answer a question right away, I'll let you know. But I don't want you sitting at home getting stuck and getting frustrated over coursework when you've got some options to get some help. All right, so that is all I have for you today. If you have questions, this was just a little snippet of what to expect. So be sure and just ask me. Feel free to email me. Feel free to text me. I'm here to help you. Hope y'all have a great day.